So, how do traditional practices like Sandhya Vandanam and Upanayanam instill discipline in young leaders? Yes, these rituals maintain a strong connection with higher consciousness, instilling responsibility and ethical decision making. Emerging leaders like Vanessa Nakate and Joshua Wong, who fight for climate and democracy, can benefit from this inner discipline. Mantra chanting and Gayatri Japa for mental clarity. How do mantras help leaders in high stress environments? Chanting the Gayatri Mantra or Vishnu Sahasranama aligns the mind and soul. Corporate leaders like Anjali Sood, who is the CEO of Vimeo, and Hiroshi Mikitani, CEO of Rakuten, can integrate the practices to maintain focus, innovation, and ethical leadership. Trikal Sandhya and Sayam Sadhana for future ready leaders. What is the role of Trikal Sandhya and Sayam Sadhana in future leadership? These practices allow leaders to reflect on past actions, remain mindful in the present, and set a righteous course for the future. They foster patience, vision, and adaptability, qualities needed by financial leaders like Chang Peng Zaho of Binance and Daniel Zhang of Alibaba. The role of yoga in strengthening the leader's presence. How does yoga contribute to a leader's charisma and influence? Yoga refines physical, mental, and spiritual health. Leaders like Emma Raducanu, who is a tennis player, and Chris Omson, or autonomous vehicle pioneer, can harness yoga to maintain endurance and mental sharpness in high performance environments. What is your message to global leaders on embracing these timeless practices? Leaders must cultivate inner peace before spreading harmony outside. Spiritual wisdom is not a luxury but a necessity in decision making. By integrating Vedic practices, leaders can move beyond individual success to collective well being, creating a sustainable, spiritually awakened world. Thank you for sharing these profound insights. It is evident that wisdom, meditation, and ancient Vedic practices can significantly enhance leadership across diverse fields. Jai Gurudev, and welcome to this enlightening conversation where we explore how global leaders from business, sports, and other fields can integrate the wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji and the transformative tools of the art of living. Today, we have an esteemed art of living expert and an officer of Vedic Dharma Sansthan to share their insights. Jai Gurudev. David Solomon is the CEO of Goldman Sachs. David Solomon is known for his leadership in the financial world. How can he benefit from the practices of Sudarshan Kriya and meditation? Jaguar, yes, leadership in high stakes environments requires clarity, calmness, and sharp decision making. Sudarshan Kriya enhances oxygenation of the brain, reduces stress, and fosters a balanced mind, helping leaders like Solomon stay innovative and composed. Additionally, practices such as Sandhya Vandanam, Agni Karyam, and Gayatri Japa Sadhana purify thoughts and enhance intuition, critical for financial decision making. Larry Fink is the CEO of BlackRock. As the head of the world's largest asset management firm, how can Larry Fink integrate spiritual wisdom into his corporate strategies? A leader managing trillions in assets must maintain ethical clarity. Wisdom discourses by Gurudev on conscious capitalism encourage making decisions that benefit society. Regular Padma Sadhana and Trikal Sandhya cultivate patience and long term vision. Performing Upanayana and mantra chanting can help enhance inner vision, aiding in a sustainable and responsible investing. Ray Dalio is the founder of Bridgewater Associates. Ray Dalio emphasizes meditation and his principles. How can he deepen his practice? His approach aligns with the Art of Living's teachings, incorporating Shakti Kriya Yoga into his routine can refine his ability to perceive trends and market fluctuations with greater awareness. Vedic practices such as Agni Karyam and Sayam Sadhana channel energy effectively, helping leaders become more intuitive and insightful. Cristiano Ronaldo is a soccer icon. Ronaldo's discipline is remarkable. How can he elevate his performance with spiritual tools? His excellence can be further enhanced with Bhastrika Pranayam, which boosts stamina and resilience. Satsang and Shloka recitation also instill gratitude and mental strength. Gayatri Japa and Sandhya Vandanam refine focus and reaction speed, which is crucial for a player of his caliber. Lionel Messi is another soccer icon. Messi is celebrated for his humility. How can he integrate more spiritual depth into his life? His humility is a sign of deep wisdom. Practicing Sudarshan Kriya and Padma Sadhana can enhance emotional stability, ensuring he remains grounded in all circumstances. Agni Karyam and mantra chanting empower athletes by maintaining a high energy state and invoking divine guidance. LeBron James is NBA player, businessman, and philanthropist. How can LeBron James maintain peak performance in both sports and business? Shakti Kriya and meditation can optimize physical recovery and mental clarity, aiding his transition into business leadership. Trikal Sandhya and Vedic mantras can enhance leadership foresight, ensuring success beyond the court. For from CEO to athletes, how do these practices help leaders contribute in a much larger way to society? When leaders integrate Sudarshan Kriya, Pranayama, Yoga, and wisdom into their lives, their influence expands beyond their industries, fostering peace and collective progress. Vedic traditions such as Upanayanam, Gayatri Japa, and Agni Karyam help refine not just personal excellence but also the ability to uplift humanity with dharmic leadership. Thank you both for this insightful conversation. The path of spirituality truly enhances one's ability to lead and inspire at the highest levels. Jai Gurudev, today we have with us an esteemed expert from the Art of Living Foundation and a senior officer from Vedic Dhamma Sansthan to discuss how world leaders, business tycoons, and cultural icons can harness the wisdom and practices shared by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji. Welcome to both of you, Jai Gurudev. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Namaste. Delighted to be part of this conversation. How can global media leaders integrate these ancient practices into their work? Jagadev, yes, let's start with prominent media figures like Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, and Rupert Murdoch. How can they apply the wisdom of art of living? Media is a powerful tool that shapes perceptions and consciousness. Leaders like Oprah, who already embrace mindfulness, can deepen their impact through Sudarshan Kriya and mantra chanting to enhance clarity and creativity. For tech influencers like Elon Musk, practicing pranayama and meditation can help manage high stress environments and improve decision making. Additionally, the traditional practices of Sandhya Vandanam, a Vedic ritual performed thrice a day, can help them stay grounded and connected to their true purpose, ensuring that their influence is rooted in Dharma. How can business leaders like Bob Iger and Ted Sarandos benefit? Leaders from entertainment giants such as Disney and Netflix wield immense cultural influence. How can they use these tools? Creativity thrives in a stress free mind. Practices like Padma Sadhana and Shakti Kriya improve mental resilience, fostering innovation, meditation, and regular wisdom sessions with Gurudev's insights, it can help them make ethical business decisions. Homas or fire rituals like Agni Karyam help in clearing mental obstacles. A simple Upanayana or sacred thread initiation can deepen their spiritual discipline, helping them lead with greater wisdom and intuition. How can political leaders integrate these teachings? Leaders such as Kamala Harris, Emmanuel Macron, or Vladimir Zelensky have immense responsibility. How can these practices support them? Politics is stressful and decision making is critical. Sudarshan Kriya can provide much needed mental clarity and emotional stability. Gayatri Japa sadhana and ancient Vedic practice can enhance their ability to lead with wisdom and foresight. Trikal Sandhya, a meditative practice involving morning, noon, and evening prayers, helps in maintaining a balanced and sattvic state of mind. This practice can be a game changer in handling global crises with equanimity. How can they contribute to a higher purpose using these practices? Beyond personal well being, how can these global figures contribute to the world in a larger way? By integrating these tools into their lives, they can become instruments of peace and positivity. A conscious effort to introduce meditation and wellness programs in their organizations can uplift entire industries. Leaders can fund and promote the revival of ancient Vedic wisdom, supporting Upanayana ceremonies and spreading knowledge of sacred chants ensure that humanity remains aligned with Dharma. What is the ultimate message for global influences? If you had to share one takeaway message for these leaders, what would it be? Transform yourself first, the world will follow. The wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji provides timeless tools for inner and outer success. Aligned with Dharma, embrace self discipline, and contribute to the spiritual upliftment of society. True leadership is about nurturing the world with wisdom. Thank you both for this enlightening conversation. Thank you and Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev, welcome to this enlightening discussion on how global leaders and innovators can integrate the wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji and the transformative practices of the art of living into their work. Today we have with us an esteemed art of living expert and an officer from Vedic Dharma Sansthan. Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. Greta Thunberg has been a strong advocate for climate action, and she is a Swedish climate activist, founder of Fridays for Future. How can Art of Living wisdom and practices support her mission? Greta's activism is rooted in urgency and passion, but it's essential to balance activism with inner peace practices like Sudarshan Kriya. And meditation can help her sustain energy, remain centered, and build resilience against criticism and burnout. Additionally, Agni Karyam, Upanayanam, and Sandhya Vandanam connect individuals with the elements of nature. These Vedic practices can deepen her environmental consciousness by fostering a spiritual relationship with the earth. Jose Andres is the chef and founder of World Central Kitchen and a humanitarian. Jose Andres provides meals in disaster stricken areas. How can he enhance his service through these practices? His work requires immense physical and mental endurance. Padma sadhana, Shakti Kriya, and deep meditation can sustain his ability to serve selflessly. Gurudev's wisdom on seva or selfless service aligns perfectly with his mission. Performing Gayatri Japa and chanting sacred mantras before cooking can infuse the food with sattvic energy, bringing nourishment beyond physical sustenance. Marina Silva is a Brazilian environmental activist and former environment minister. Marina has dedicated her life to protecting the Amazon rainforest. How can Vedic practices empower her work? The stress of environmental advocacy can be alleviated through daily pranayama and Sudarshan Kriya. These practices enable clarity of thought and enhance leadership. Vedic yagyas or fire ceremonies such as Rudra Homa purify the environment, counteracting pollution. She can introduce such rituals in conservation programs to promote ecological balance. Mary Robinson is the former president of Ireland and climate justice advocate. Mary Robinson champions climate change and justice. How can Art of Living Wisdom guide her? A leader like her can benefit from Sanyam Sadhana, which fosters deep reflection and conscious decision making, ensuring her policies have a lasting impact. Recall Sandhya morning, noon, and evening prayers keeps someone attuned to natural cycles, reinforcing the connection between governance and environmental stewardship. Alan Johnson Sirleaf is a former president of Liberia and Nobel laureate. As the first female head of state in Africa, how can spiritual wisdom help her leadership legacy? Leadership is sustained by inner strength. Sudarshan Kriya and wisdom from Guruji's books can inspire her to continue mentoring the next generation with equanimity. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranama fosters divine protection and clarity in governance. Dr. Vandana Shiva is an Indian environmentalist and anti globalization advocate. Dr. Vandana Shiva emphasizes organic farming and sustainability. How can these teachings align with her work? Meditation and yogic wisdom help in harmonizing human activity with nature's intelligence. Vedic farming techniques aligned with lunar cycles of Agnihotra Homa can further amplify her impact. Melania Perkins is the co-founder and CEO of Canva. Creativity and technology meet in Canva's innovation. How can spiritual wisdom boost creativity? Meditation unlocks creative flow, while wisdom sessions provide clarity in decision making. Guruji often emphasizes that silence is the mother of creativity. Mantra chanting like Saraswati Vandana invokes wisdom and creative prowess. Jensen Huang is the CEO of NVIDIA, a key player in AI development. How can the AI industry integrate spiritual practices? AI leaders need deep insight and intuition. Sadhana enhances intuitive intelligence, leading to more ethical and impactful AI development. Vedic knowledge encourages balance between technology and consciousness, preventing misuse of AI. Patrick Collison is the CEO of Stripe, an influential fintech entrepreneur. Fintech is transforming global transactions. How can these teachings bring ethical leadership into finance? Practices like Trikal Sandhya create mindfulness, ensuring that financial innovations align with dharma or righteousness. Wisdom from the Bhagavad Gita offers guidance on ethical decision making in finance. This has been an incredible discussion on how art of living practices and Vedic traditions can empower global leaders. Thank you for sharing your insights, Jagadev, and thank you. May wisdom guide all efforts for a better world. The teachings of His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji offers a holistic approach to personal and global transformation. Whether in activism, governance, business, or technology, these tools can enhance clarity, creativity, and well being, leading to impactful contributions to society. Jai Gurudev, Namaste. Today we have with us an esteemed expert from the Art of Living Foundation and a respected officer from Vedic Dharma Sansthan. Together, they will shed light on how global leaders can incorporate the wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji and the tools and practices of Art of Living to contribute in larger ways. Let's begin. Jai Gurudev. Kristalina Georgieva is the managing director of IMF. How can Kristalina Georgieva, as the head of the IMF, use Art of Living wisdom and practices to bring financial stability and global well being? Jagadev, yes, as a leader in global finance, Kristalina can practice Sudarshan Kriya to enhance clarity in decision making. Daily meditation, Gayatri Japa, and Sandhya Vandanam can aid her in fostering resilience amidst economic challenges. By engaging in Padma Sadhana and Trikal Sandhya, she can maintain inner peace while making critical global financial decisions. David Malpass is the president of the World Bank Group. The World Bank plays a crucial role in global development. How can meditation and Vedic practices enhance decision making at this level? Agnihotra and Upanayana rituals can aid in purifying the environment and mind, fostering greater wisdom. Incorporating Trikal Sandhya and mantra chanting can strengthen his ability to make impactful policies with clarity and compassion. Nogodzi Okonzo Iviela is the Director General of WTO. As a global trade leader, what spiritual tools can help her in negotiations and leadership? Sudarshan Kriya and Shakti Kriya will empower her with confidence and patience in high stakes negotiations. The wisdom of Gurudev on interconnectedness can help her navigate global trade policies harmoniously. Christine Lagarde is the president of European Central Bank. The European economy faces numerous challenges. How can wisdom from Gurudev aid Christine Lagarde in steering economic policies? Practicing Sandhya Vandanam and Agni Karyam can help align her energy for precise decision making. Regular chanting of Vedic mantras and satsang participation can enhance her leadership capabilities, ensuring economic policies promote sustainability and well being. Yoshinda Suga is a former Prime Minister of Japan. How can ancient Vedic traditions help political leaders like Suga maintain a balance and focus? Upanayanam and Sandhyavantam rituals cultivate discipline and clarity. Meditation and Sudarshan Kriya will help in handling stress and making decisions that uplift the nation. Antonio Guterres is the Secretary General of UN. How can the UN Secretary General use Vedic wisdom to promote global peace? Trikal Sandhya and Padma Sadhana enhance his ability to remain composed and focused on humanitarian efforts. Participating in homas and chanting peace mantras will create a powerful vibration for global harmony. Today, we have with us an esteemed Art of Living expert and an officer of Vedic Dharma Sansthan with us to discuss how global leaders and cultural icons can integrate the wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji into their lives and work. Welcome, Jai Gurudev. Thank you. It's an honor to share this wisdom. Namaste. Let's begin this enlightening discussion. Helen Clark is the former Prime Minister of New Zealand, advocate for global development. How can Helen Clark incorporate the tools of Art of Living into her advocacy work? Yeah, Gurudev, yes, leadership demands clarity and resilience. Sudarshan Kriya, Pranayama, and meditation enhance mental clarity, while regular wisdom sessions can deepen her strategic vision for global development. Adding Sandhya Vandanam and Gayatri Japa would empower her with spiritual strength, allowing her to live with greater intuition and balance. Ban Ki moon is a former UN Secretary General advocate for sustainable development. Sustainability requires long term vision. How can Ban Ki moon benefit from Gurudev's teachings? Meditation and wisdom sessions can enhance his ability to make sustainable policies. Sudarshan Kriya fosters inner peace essential for resolving conflicts. Agni Karyam and Upanayanam rituals cultivate reverence for nature and sustainability, aligning well with his vision. Jim O'Neill is a former Goldman Sachs economist and philanthropist. What spiritual tools can enhance his approach to global economic policies? Creative solutions arise from a calm mind. Shakti Kriya and Yoga foster higher intelligence and holistic decision making. Sandhya Vandanam and Trikal Sandhya practices enhance wisdom, ensuring that his financial policies benefit humanity. David Beasley is the executive director of the World Food Program. Hunger eradication requires immense compassion. How can he channel this effectively? Padma Sadhana and Sanyam Sadhana develop deep compassion, ensuring his decisions are rooted in selflessness. Vedic homas and chanting bring divine blessings to humanitarian efforts. Samantha Par is the administrator of USAID. What can empower her humanitarian leadership? Daily mantra chanting enhances resilience in high stress environments. Performing regular open enam rituals brings wisdom and clarity, strengthening her ability to serve effectively. Henrietta Fore is the executive director of UNICEF. How can she integrate wisdom to impact children's welfare? Meditation and satsang create inner joy, which she can channel into uplifting children worldwide. Gayatri Japa and Sandhya Vandanam create a nurturing mindset for policies benefiting young generations. Thank you both for this enlightening session. Your insights show how these powerful leaders can elevate their work through the wisdom and practices of his Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji. The world needs spiritual strength in leadership. These tools will help leaders become more impactful and balanced. Indeed, when wisdom meets action, true transformation occurs. Namaste and Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev, today we have a special conversation with an expert from the Art of Living Foundation and an officer from Vedic Dhamma Sansthan. We are going to discuss how the world's most influential leaders could contribute to even greater societal transformation by following the wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji and adopting practices from the Art of Living such as Sudarshan Kriya, Pranayama, and various other spiritual disciplines. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Jai Gurudev, and thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to speak about how these practices can amplify the impact of such powerful leaders. Namaste. We are excited to delve into the profound impact these ancient practices can have on today's global influencers. Elon Musk, let's start with Elon Musk as someone who is driven by creativity and innovation. How would the teachings of Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji and practices like Sudarshan Kriya help someone like him? Elon Musk operates in a highly innovative and yet stressful environment. Sudarshan Kriya can help him manage stress and anxiety, enhancing mental clarity and creativity. Meditation and practices like Sandhya Vandanam and Gayatri Japa would deepen his connection to his inner self, allowing for a more centered and holistic approach to his ventures in space and technology. Additionally, spiritual tools like Agni Karyam and mantra chanting, which are part of the Vedic tradition, could help Elon harness his inner potential. These practices bring balance to the intellect and emotions essential for leadership at his level. Jeff Bezos, what about Jeff Bezos, who led Amazon to global dominance? Bezos could benefit from Shakti Kriya and Padma Sadhana, which build resilience and inner strength. His leadership would become even more effective through these practices as they sharpen decision making and increase empathy, key qualities for leading a global workforce. Upanayana and Trikal Sandhya, as prescribed in the Vedic texts, would allow Bezos to tap into deeper wisdom. These rituals invoke clarity and dharma or righteousness in actions, which could greatly enhance his impact on both business and philanthropy. Tim Cook has been leading Apple with remarkable precision. How could these practices benefit someone like him? As the CEO of Apple, Cook deals with immense pressures. Practices like Sudarshan Kriya and Pranayama can help him maintain calm and clarity in the face of challenges. Regular meditation would open up his creative potential and foster a more empathetic leadership style, benefiting both his team and the global community Apple serves. The practice of Sandhya Vandanam and Gayatri Japa would allow him to stay grounded in the face of constant innovation. These spiritual tools balance the mind, creating a harmonious state that promotes ethical leadership and long term sustainability. Christine Lagarde is being at the helm of financial institutions holds immense responsibility. How could she apply Gurudev's teachings? Sudarshan Kriya and regular yoga practice can help her manage the stress associated with handling global financial decisions by incorporating meditation and satsang or spiritual gatherings. She can maintain a balanced perspective, improving her ability to make decisions that positively impact economies worldwide. Christine could adopt practices like Gayatri Japa and Upanayana which focus on discipline and mindfulness. These rituals cultivate a deeper sense of purpose, which is crucial when making impactful financial and economic policies. Greta Thunberg, how could someone as young as and dynamic as Greta Thunberg benefit from art of living practices? Greta's passion for climate activism is commendable, but it also comes with a lot of emotional and mental strain. Practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Padma Sadhana, and regular meditation would help her manage the intensity of her work and maintain mental peace, which is crucial for long term activism. For Greta, a daily chanting of mantras and participating in homas or fire rituals could help balance her inner energies, grounding her activism in deeper wisdom. These practices align her actions with universal energies, amplifying her ability to bring about meaningful change. Anthony Fauci, what about someone like Dr. Anthony Fauci, who has been a guiding force in global health? As someone deeply involved in health and science, Dr. Fauci could benefit from regular pranayama and Sudarshan Kriya to maintain focus and clarity, especially during times of crisis. Meditation practices would enhance his resilience and allow him to lead with compassion and equanimity, incorporating rituals like Agni Karyam or fire ceremonies and mantra chanting can help him stay connected to his higher purpose while making decisions that affect millions. Of wisdom from Vedic practices can further support his efforts to heal and uplift humanity. Oprah Winfrey, Oprah is known for her spiritual insights. How would Gurudev's teachings elevate her even further? Oprah has already embraced aspects of spirituality, but practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and daily satsanga could deepen her connection to herself and to the collective consciousness. These would enhance her already powerful influence, allowing her to lead with even more compassion and clarity. For someone like Oprah, Gayatri Japa and Trikal Sandhya can serve as daily anchors, aligning her efforts with the divine energies of the universe. These rituals amplify her ability to spread light and wisdom through her work. Sundar Pichai is the leading one of the world's most powerful companies, could certainly benefit from spiritual practices. How so? Sudarshan Kriya and regular meditation would help Pichai maintain her inner balance, allowing him to navigate the complexities of leading Google with more serenity and foresight. These practices would enable him to access higher levels of creativity and strategic thinking. In addition, engaging in Upanayanam and Sandhya Vandanam could help Pichai cultivate a deeper sense of responsibility towards society and the planet. These spiritual practices connect leaders to their dharma, guiding them toward ethical and sustainable innovation. Bill Gates, finally, how would Bill Gates, with his immense influence in philanthropy, integrate these practices? For someone like Bill Gates, practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Satsang, and regular pranayama can help maintain balance and clarity. These tools would allow him to continue his philanthropic work with renewed energy and compassion while also helping him tap into deeper levels of insight and purpose. Bill Gates could also benefit from participating in homas and mantra chanting, which create positive vibrations and align one's work with cosmic energies. By adopting these ancient practices, he can enhance his leadership remarkable contributions to global health and education. Thank you both for this enlightening conversation. It's clear that these ancient practices, as taught by Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji, can help some of the world's most influential leaders tap into their fullest potential, leading with greater clarity, compassion, and purpose. Thank you. It's wonderful to see how spirituality can merge with leadership in such transformative ways. Jai Gurudev Namaste. The wisdom of our traditions truly has the power to elevate anyone, regardless of their field, to greater heights of contribution and fulfillment. Jai Gurudev.